Alrighty. So new stream, new game. Uh, the title says Vampire the Masquerade. But we might play another game if I can get another one downloading. But I don't know what I would want to really play that would be fun for everyone to watch. So I thought maybe a game where it's more heavy story based today. Because I am not good with the quick reflexes today. Let me make sure this is Vampire the Masquerade. They're much more adult oriented games. So I just gotta make sure this is somewhatly YouTube appropriate. What is it? Can I set a fucking... Can I set a poll? Can I do that? I can. Okay. Let's see. We might set a poll. What is this? It's a weird looking game. That's what that is. Okay, hang on. Let me remove you. Move you. Move you like that. I want you a little bit more out like that. Move you like this. I don't know. A lot more space here, but yeah, that's fine with that. We might start a poll. Okay, let me see. Let me fix this so I can actually read this thing. Alright, let's see. So I got live chat. So far we do have... we're going to do a vampire game. I do really want to play a vampire game today. So I have Vampire Masquerade Coteries of New York, which is much more text-based. But I also have the Masquerade Heartless Lullaby. So we're going to choose which story. It's going to be New York. Where does this one take place? Because both of them have not played enough to really know what's going on. I don't know where this one's taking place. Oh, we'll just put Heartless. Lullaby. Alright, there we go. Start pulling. We'll do that if y'all want to choose. This one will just be just playing this. Let's see. Let's see. Alright. we install both. I wonder, is Blood Hunt still around? Is it still good? April 28th, 2026. Oh my god, yes, please. Let me play this a little bit longer. We might be playing Blood Hunt, because that one's super fun. Oh, if I could get that one started. We might do Blood Hunt. Look, I'm sorry, we can't play Resident Evil without Mom. I love how it went from boo to boo with a whole... Vampire Survivors. Is this a Dracula one? What is this one? I don't know what that is. But we're doing vampires. Or Vampire the Masquerade. Which we have technically 3 options, not just 2. If y'all won't. We have 2 stories. So we have... Our 3 options are Vampire the Masquerade. All 3 of these are from Vampire the Masquerade, that series. We got ourselves Coteries of New York, which is a very heavy text-based one. We have Heartless Lullaby, which I don't quite know. I mean, it's text-based, and it's a lot of reading, but it's also, like, I can actually move around in the game. No. Vampire the Masquerade came before Twilight. Vampire the Masquerade has been around since, I think, the 90s? I think it came out in 95? Something like that? Actually, let me look that up. When did Vampire the Masquerade come out? Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2? No, I mean TTRPG. TTRPG. Come on. July in 1991 by White Wolf Publishing. And it's a really interesting series. I love it. I will actually send you the podcast that I watch, because it quickly became like my what do you call it? Vox Machina. It very quickly became that. But they're super fun. It is a very dark story. Oh, and we also have Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt, which that one's more just, I want to play Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt a lot. I love this game. It is a Battle Royale-esque game. Or it's like a fucking shooter. I wouldn't say Battle Royale just because it does have some Battle Royale-esque game modes. But it is also just insanely fun. Like, I'm trying to see if anyone posted. Because it's like, it's not like Fortnite Extraction. It's like, it's just super fun. You're taking out other teams and stuff like that. I don't think there's solos. I think there is solos. I take that back. I think there are solos, but I'm trying to find like a good video of it. Oof. Alright, so we got ourselves some choices. I kind of want to read today, which is a very rare occasion for me, to be frank. Oh, I wish I could read in Russian. Hell, I wish I could read in English better. God, we might play Blood Hunt. If that downloads quickly enough, we might play Blood Hunt. What? Stream. Parents. Audio, video. hotkeys. Oh, wow, there's hotkeys. I'm not doing hotkeys right now. Let me see. That's cool and all. I didn't want to do that one. I am trying to figure out. Alright, well, I might be taking a call here in 5. So we'll play some Vampire. We'll start with Coteries of New York, because I've not played this before. It says 30 hours, but I think I put it on my screen and just never fucking... Okay. Alright, Linux. I feel something to look at. I've been on stream for like 10 minutes. So yeah, this is Vampire the Masquerade. I fucking love this. This one. See, it's just a new game, but there's nothing to play. Oh, right, because I switched systems. Let's see. Close this poll. Oh, wait. Close this poll. New York it is. So Bruja, the rebel against power and rage against authority. A seemingly insignificant man with significant ideas will join their race. Eventually, an aristocratic blue bloods embody both sovereignty and control. A top-level corporate executive will join the next Senate. Or we can make it Victoria. The diva seeks the rose of art, romance, and cruelty. Amid stagnant death, a tormented artist will join the ranks. I kinda wanna fuck around with the Bruja because they're very, like, asshole. Oh man, we might. I feel like I've played her before. But I really want to play oh, we need a name. Stu. You know what? We'll be Eric. I like Eric. I like that.
Mostly because I want to go up with anything else.
New York taught me to believe in fate. Had you asked me about fate back when I was a human, I would have told you that's just superstitious bullshit. That we are all designers of our own destinies. That belief shattered when the richest woman in the United States, the actual richest one, not a face you have seen in papers, of course, sank her teeth deep into my neck. It happened at the very same place you're standing in right now. By the way, fate, you decide. Please, there's absolutely no need to be hostile. Just listen a little longer. See, my mistake was that I flew too close to the sun. It makes sense that my punishment was to never see it glow again. I was incandescent to myself. I was hot shit. I had it all. Money, looks, confidence, connections, men, women, a career, and a spark in my eye. The one you need to be born with. And that's what someone far more powerful than me saw my radiance and thought that wouldn't do. She robbed me of the light erupting from within and gave me a subtle, enduring gleam in its place. She decided that it would fit me much better. She was a ninth generation kindred just like you, an apex predator. She probably enjoyed teaching me the peak of human excellence, my real place in the food chain. It's such an eyesore when you look through some loudmouth braggarts and see them for all they really are. The temptation to teach them a lesson can be unbearable, right? Well, my sire's lesson was a lesson about fate, a message saying you're eternally doomed to be at the mercy of your sovereigns. It almost drove me to destroy myself. What saved me was the ability to reinterpret her teachings. Hers wasn't a message of doom, it was a message of hope. Fate exists, and no one can shape it if given the right tools. And one can shape it if they're wrong. My sire didn't believe my tools were fitting for the job. She considered them toys and me just her amusing subject. Well, she's deader than dead now, and I'm still here, standing right where she stood when we first met. You might have wondered how I learned about your arrival to JFK Airport. My answer is, of course, destiny. As luck would have it, today happened to be a day of some of my associates were inspecting the coffins. Driving you here straight from that plane, having you wake up in such an unfamiliar place, was a little desperate, and I do apologize for it. But it is so rare for you to visit New York. 3 times in the last 15 years, was it? And you were never eager to inform me you're here. I understand you still have that meeting on 53rd Street later tonight, so I'll provide a comfortable transport. I value our relationship very much, don't get me wrong. But it is precisely because I value that I'm going to ask you to repay the favor for me. You're the only one I trust to do the job well and without attracting attention. You might think I'm crazy asking you to breach the rules of our society like this. You might think it's impossible to get away with it unpunished. But this is New York, and I don't know about other cities, but in this one, fate really exists. And right now, it's smiling in your favor. This is how it begins. I fucking love this series so much. Good lord, so much reading. The music is pounding and your pulse is keeping pace. This is one of those nights that make you feel alive, even though it started with you feeling dead. First came the messy breakup, then the realization you have nobody to talk about how much it sucked, so you decided to roll with the punches. On Facebook, search for pops in your head. From the outside, the fully packed club must seem like a stuffy, smelly nightmare. But here, in the thick of it, becomes exhilarating. And you're not even on a pill tonight. There's a Latina chick whose curves are accentuated by the light dress clinging to her body. She keeps bumping into you. Something tells you it only seems incidental. Yeah, it's a good night. You wish it could last forever, because you know all too well what the next day holds. Waking up, getting dressed for work, the commute, the 9 to 5 grind that will make you just enough money to pay the rent and keep living in your overpriced shithole of an apartment. And with Jessica moving out, I hear my cat, and she is being such a butthead. Oh my lord. Give me like 2 quick seconds. Let me deal with my cat real quick. Because lord, why is she so loud? Enjoy the thumping music. Jessica moving out, it'll all be coming out of your pocket. You run some quick calculations in your head and immediately come to regret that you did that. Never mind, you spotted the Latina again. She is now next to another guy, hitting it off. Your chance of not going to bed alone, gone, just like that. Fuck. Your mood temporarily shot down. You leave the dance floor and stumble your way to the filthy bathroom. You take a look in the mirror and start to wash your face. Obsessively. Over and over again. A voice from the past echoes in your mind. I've never felt like this with anyone. Seriously, I mean it. I feel like all my relationships up to this point were test runs, a shitty way to compensate for my low self-esteem. But this feels right. Finally. Shut up, Jess. This is the craziest fucking day of my life. God, I need a smoke. Pass me a light. What do you mean, cops took the lighter? There's one in your mouth. Just shut the hell up. This is not you. Not anymore. Oh, fuck off. This is so like you, acting like some sort of Clint Eastwood wannabe when I really, really need you to open up. You think you're oppressing people with this tough guy act? Fuck you. I know how broken you really are. You need therapy. Yeah, now that sounds like the Jessica of today. You raise your head and look in the mirror. You try to smile, but all you can muster is a self-pitying grin. And there she is, the Latina from before. I just saw like the gold in her eyes. It scared the fuck out of me a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. She says you look like you need a drink. You hesitate for a second or two, then blurt out surprisingly enthusiastic. Yeah. You start to talk. It quickly becomes evident that she's into politics. And you are eager to please. Eagle? Eager to please. You might be a corporate drone, but you spend a lot of evenings reading theory, actual theory, not bastardized Twitter cliff notes, and organizing for all manners of causes online. The status quo sucks. There must be something better. She agrees. You seem to subscribe to the same progressive political theories, have capable ideas about the DSA's missteps, even watch the same YouTube channels. Your goals are aligned. She's a bit more radicalized than you could have guessed. You attended a few rallies, been to a few protests, but this girl sounds like she broke her share faces and kicked more than a couple cops in the nuts over the course of her activist career. Her zeal is infectious. She taps into pent-up anger that you didn't know you had. The noisy club stops working for you both. You hit the streets. Oh, fucking course. God, sorry. It's just got a bunch of heated rivalry memes. Just as you're leaving, the DJ starts playing All the Things She Said by Tattoo. Of course, you chuckle yourself, trying not to slip into a bad headspace. She chuckles along with you. It's chilly outside, but soon enough you find yourself too invested in listening to those folks sticking out of your ears. You realize you've been holding hands for a while. The subway car is empty, save for a stoic middle-aged couple and a drunk staring intently at his own feet. Plenty of room to stretch out, and yet she sits right next to you. You can feel her thigh pressing into yours, her breath on the side of your neck. It's the booze talking, but you distinctly hear your voice asking if she would like to crash at your place. I've got a better idea, she says. At this point, you're down for anything as long as it lets you spend just a few more minutes with her. She takes you to a sleazy motel in the Bronx, trading a few words with a balding, tired-looking guy at the desk. He hands her a key. Still holding her hand, the woman leads you up the stairs. The room you end up in is almost comically stereotypical, complete with flaking paint and a sticky floor. Not that it matters, though. The moment you step through the door, she's on you. You try to take the lead, but she's having none of it. Before you know it, you feel the rickety bed pressing against your back. It's sloppy, fun, fierce, and not once does she lose the initiative. Your hands reach under her t-shirt. Strange. It didn't look like she was cold outside. Now her skin feels eerily cool. As if sensing your confusion, she slaps your hands off her. She kisses your neck. You're overwhelmed by the sensation. try and piece together your evening, it hits you. The big hunger. It grips you by the throat and makes your insides shrivel and tear. I did say I wanted to do my reading today. It's an all-encompassing emptiness that throws you on all fours. You crawl for a while, squirm on the floor in sundown pain, then jump to your feet, bust out the door, blackout. This isn't the room you saw when you last closed your eyes. Somebody curses at you. A small, naked, buff dude holding a short leather whip. Wow, what a goofy motherfucker. He throws a punch. He yells out several slurs. He hits you in the jaw. Black out again. The guy isn't moving anymore. There's blood on his neck. There's blood on his arms. There's blood on the floor. There's blood everywhere. Wow. Whoever did this one is... Dude, this is one sick puppy. You realize you're sitting on top of his corpse. You hear a whimper. Someone else is there. A woman. Her arms are tied to the refrigerator. Eye mask over her face. Red marks on her back. This time you see it happen. You want to stop, but you can't. She almost manages to get a scream out, but it dies in her throat as you bite into the side of her neck. You drink blood. You're drinking blood. You could swear you feel her life force escaping her body and turning worse. Suddenly terrified, you tear away from her. She's not moving. She's breathing. There's barely a mark on her neck. The guy on the floor, though. Double over with spasm. That's what you did. You feel like throwing up, but can only gag. Panic sets in as another realization draws on you. Your heart is not beating. You put 2 fingers to your wrist, but feel no pulse. Same thing on your neck. Nothing. There is no breath coming out of your mouth. You have to get out. Get someone to call an ambulance for yourself at least. Probably too late for the dude on the floor. Did you really kill him? I didn't do a tisk sound. Tisk. What a mess. You look up. The door in the room is ajar. A tall, handsome, broad-shouldered man fills the entire frame. He brushes an imaginary speck of dirt off his perfectly tailored suit. Call 911 out of the way. This is not what it looks like. Dude. I feel like Eric is gonna tell him to call 911. I think Eric is a chill dude like that. Come on, man. Hey, man. You gotta help me. Call 911. So that you can get arrested and reported as a jail suicide in the next 24 hours. So that's the only way that plays out. So he surveys the room, not moving an inch from where he's standing. He shakes his head and not concerned. Murder, assault. That's 25 to life if you're lucky. But since you're not, it's a death sentence. He takes a glance at his expensive-looking watch. Lucky for you, it's been a slow night. Otherwise, I might not have gotten hurt. Come on. The sun comes up in a few hours. You don't want to be around when it does. I feel like Eric noticed the fact that he saw the sun. What does it matter when the sun comes up? So you don't even know. You should be glad I got here before you made yourself scarce. The man approaches you and starts talking. His tone remains unnaturally calm. Oddly enough, I find it both soothing and slightly unnerving. Now listen to me. I know this is all new to you, but I've dealt with hundreds of strays like you. Going by experience, they tend to fall into two categories. First, there are the smart ones who carefully obey my every word and don't try to pull off anything stupid. I always get them where they need to be, safe and sound. And then there are the dumb ones. The punks who thought they could take me on. The wise guys who tried to contact someone secretly and without permission. The troublemakers who tried to run off or make a scene. None of them got to their destination in one piece. In fact, most of them never reached their destination at all. His voice becomes slightly bored and monotone. You can tell he's given a speech before. Likely he doesn't sometimes. So you see, while I generally consider myself pretty smart, I'm also a Mets fan. It's a fuck. It's all about the Mets. It's my one true weakness. I read the rest of this, but that just makes me laugh. God. Let me try that again. So you see, well, generally I consider myself pretty smart. I'm also a Mets fan. It's my one true weakness. One that inspired me to come up with the three-strike system when dealing with pups like you. If you get on my nerves once or twice, I understand. Not all of us perform well in stressful situations. You cross me 3 times and you're out. No excuses, no forgiveness, no mercy. As he's talking, he slowly approaches you, adding a bit of theatrical swagger in his walk. Eventually, he leans in, deliberately invading your personal space. He realizes the test. He's daring you to do something like it. 3 strikes, and you're out. Say, I understand, sir. You've known it too easy. You're going to blame the need to him, but this is something else. This man's very presence instills a primal fear into your heart. I understand, sir. Glad we have an understanding. Moving on. Is there anything you'd want to inform? Is there anyone you'd want to inform of your current situation? Right? He flashes his face briefly. For some reason, the sense has changed on your spine. Someone closest to you. Jessica, my ex-girlfriend. She kind of hates my guts, but I suppose it would be her. The stranger gives you a puzzled look and decides to prod further. The closest person in your life hates your guts. This time, something resembling a look of pity. He turns his eyes to the corpse on the fire. When it rains his pores, I suppose. Well, if you'd like to ruin her day and let her know you're alright, give me your phone. I'll have someone take care of it. Disregard me, of course. You hand him your smartphone so you can copy the number from your list of contacts. Thank you. This will be useful in illustrating my next video. Instead of giving you back your phone, the man hides it in his pocket. From this point on, you are subject to different laws than the ones you grew up under. You'll watch by many eyes to ensure on a bit of a schedule here. No, I don't need to hurry, but I can do something. Just so we're clear, I have the authority to end you right here, right now. This is not an idle threat. So, are you going to play along, or do we have to do it the hard way? I can just knock him the fuck out. We're gonna follow this because I ain't gonna lie, it kinda looks like Johnny Silverhand on Coteries. And I feel like I don't trust him. That would have sucked if I turned over here and saw like that my audio was completely corrupt. It does say this music audio is pretty loud. So we're gonna turn it down a smidge. Maybe a little bit more. That looks good. Yeah. I think that'll do. So we're gonna follow the stranger out. You wear your chances, but it doesn't look promising. The guy's fit, determined, and he looks like he means business. You, on the other hand, are confused, exhausted, and on the verge of a panic attack. Yeah, fine. I'll go with you. He almost looks disappointed. A wise decision. Follow me, please. And close the door behind you. Take one final look at the woman who's just coming to. At the body on the ground. This is fucked. Absolutely fucked. You pull the handle and close the door. The man leads you downstairs. You contemplate signaling the bald guy at the front desk, but he's too busy watching some 90s action flick on a small, ancient-looking TV. He seems totally oblivious to your presence. You hear it. Dejected Jean-Claude Van Damme say, I just want to go home as you're walking by. Is that fucking... I swear I know that movie. Universal Soldier, that's what it is. Your would-be kidnapper stops by the door and addresses you before opening it. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking as soon as he opens the door, I'm making a run for it. Maybe I can outrun him. I'll save you the trouble. You can't. You can either get inside my car, and I'll get you where you need to be. You can try something stupid. To make myself clear. Be interesting. Clear as day. He opens the door, gestures to the black Cadillac Escalade parked outside the building. I have to say, something I do love about this is how this looks so painted. I think it is hand painted. I think it's wonderful. Oh man. After you. Following the stranger's instructions, you make your way to the car and get in the back seat. The door locks behind you. Inside, the Cadillac is almost entirely dark. The side windows seem light-proof. The man gets in the driver's seat and starts the engine and drives away without another word. Are we going to the hospital? Did I die? Or were you? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't feel my heartbeat, and I've been moving around this long, so I think this is the afterlife, isn't it? We're not entirely wrong, but it's not what you think. phrase his next words carefully. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not in the mood to wax poetic. I'm not in the mood to wax poetic. About the state you're in, or in my role in tonight's events. Just remember, if you want to survive the next 24 hours, you'll have to play along. Some shady bullshit. This is a nightmare. I don't know. Yeah. This is a fucking nightmare. The stranger smirks. Understand that this is for your own good. Times being what they are, you should really consider yourself lucky. You drive in silence for about 20 more minutes. As exhaustion catches up with you, the streetlights fade into a blur. Eventually, the car stops and the doors open. You emerge from your dreamlike state and find yourself in some kind of underground parking garage. You two are the only ones there. The man points to a nearby door. Go in, make yourself comfortable. If you get hungry, again, take a look in the fridge. Pick you up tomorrow, you'll get your answers. Behind the door is a small room. No windows, just a simple bed, and a single light bulb hanging from the ceiling. A small fridge is humming away in the corner, accompanied by a rattling AC in the fan in the hall. Guess I have to trust you. I guess I got no choice but to trust you, huh? Took you this long to figure out. Remember when I said you were lucky? That's it. See, my job is to get rid of problems. But I'm not always this polite about it. This time, I specifically told to mind my manners. So believe me when I tell you, considering how this night could have turned out, being stuck here for a night is a really good deal. Now get in, or I'll throw you in. That's it. You step inside, the stranger nods. Good night. He closes the door behind you. It looks sturdy. But as he's locking it, you notice claw marks all over. Like some previous guests were inhabiting, satisfied with their street. Stays. Fucking stay. You decide not to dwell on it and check the fridge. There's a single plastic bag here filled with red liquid. No label. Tomato soup? You feel sick to your stomach. Best to leave it for now. You lie down on the bed. It's a simple mattress on a metal frame. You can't help but think it looks exactly like the one back at the hotel with the bound woman. Oh, right. You killed a man tonight. Or did you? Maybe none of this is real. Maybe it's all an elaborate prank. The girl at the club just might have put her up to it. The tall guy's clearly on it too. Now he's back with them, and they're all laughing their asses off. To think of it. My race is way too tired to keep it going. Finally, you tense up one last time before drifting away into oblivion. You wake up, and that in itself is a surprise. You barely remember when you drifted off. Didn't feel quite like sleep, more like plummeting into an endless void. Imagine that's how death feels like. The room is unchanged. The lamp is still on, the AC is still rattling, the refrigerator's still humming. Take a look at your watch. It's almost 9 p.m. You slept for 17 hours straight. Maybe you died. Your breath is gone and you feel no thumping in your chest. Does that qualify as dead if you're still conscious? You're not sure about that. But you are certain about one thing. You are hungry. It's not your stomach rumbling, though. It's the need that starts somewhere in your abdomen. spreads to your chest, throat, and the back of your head. You open the fridge. The bag is still there. Take a closer look at it. If it's soup, then its color and texture are off. You pull the cork out, take a whiff. You recognize the smell immediately. Holy shit. There's no mistaking it. It's bagged blood. The smell is faint, and you remember some situations in the past where you found it nauseating. But now it's almost... No, not almost. It is enticing. We're gonna go ahead and drink the blood. It feels wrong, but right now there's barely anything in your life that doesn't. To hell with it. You pour a bit of the liquid into your mouth. It tastes bland. Reminds you of cheap supermarket juice. Which is enough flavor to register as what it claims to be on the box, but nothing like the real thing. Nothing like what you had last time. You swallow it. Somehow you don't feel sick. In a weird, messed up way, you can't help but think it feels nourishing. Take a few more sips. Just another one. Set in the bag a little bit more. Eventually, you find that you emptied it entirely. You look at the info pressed on the side of the bag. 450 milliliters of it. Even with its blandness, you still feel like having more. You realize your body longs for that intoxicating high that you felt when the image of the corpse crosses your mind, causing you to wince. What have you become? You try to piece your thoughts together and make sense of all when you hear the lock click and see the door open. Standing there is the well-dressed stranger you met yesterday. Immaculate suit again. That predatory look, like a hawk on a hunt, but somehow more relaxed tonight. So like a tamed hawk, maybe. Good evening. Slept well? He notices the discarded, emptied bag. I see you had a bit of a snack. Y'all got any more? Was that really blood? This is fucked up. I'm trying to think. How would Eric respond to this? I feel like Eric is slowly, like, trying to understand where he's at. He's not quite, like, into it, right? So, was it really type RHO positive? Not that easy to get. Glad you liked it. Come on. What is RHO positive? Wait a minute. What in the fuck? I don't even know what that's gonna mean for me now. Come on. We have places to be. The car is humming in the empty parking lot just outside the door of the cramped room you have spent the day in. The man motions to it politely, but with a stern look on his face. Get inside the car. I'm trusting you here, man. I'm touched, sincerely. You take the back seat again. The doors lock, the stranger takes the wheel and then starts the car. You drive in silence for a while. From time to time, you keep trying to catch glimpses of familiar streets or landmarks through the blackened windows. But it's of little use. The car is also soundproofed, so all you can hear is a bit of traffic humming in the car's engine. The driver doesn't say anything and seems focused on the road. You check the door handle. Yeah, the door is locked alright. Piece of dark glass separating you and the front of the car looks sturdy too. There's nothing left to do but wait. You didn't have time to think about it before you realize that you're hungry? Not exactly. It's not a rumbling stomach that grabs your attention. It's a need that starts somewhere in your abdomen and spreads to your chest, throat, back of the head. You try to extract some information from out of the man behind the wheel, but you realize you prefer to bask in the afterglow of your last meal. You wouldn't have expected it, but you spend the rest of the night lost in your thoughts. A lot of them concern blood. It takes you another 20 or so minutes to get to your destination. As the door opens, you try to get your bearings. We're still in New York, that much is certain. Queens, maybe? After me. No sudden movements, please. We approach a nice-looking building that's a 2-story gallery called the Art Hall. 2 large men in suits flank the door on both sides, and they give your companion a nod as you approach. Prompted by the stranger guiding you, walk inside. The gallery is full, which is unusual at this hour, to say the least. I had a drink there. Fun fact, I think these would be some of the drawings of Cain, because part of Vampire the Masquerade lore is that it is connected to some biblical things. Some of it is connected to Norse, some of it is connected to others. It's really interesting. It connects all these different religions and stories into one. Vampires sometimes know where they come from. By sometimes I mean they think they believe in one thing, where they started. So like Cain and things like that. About 24 faces fill the showroom, and a number of waiters investigate the gathering, serving drinks. All of them are beneath the guests' attention. The visitors are well dressed for the most part, but it's unclear what they've gathered here for. Nobody seems to be particularly interested in art pieces on the walls, and the atmosphere is polite, unnaturally so. Many guests turn to look at you and the stranger who brought you here. Their glances are varied. You see open contempt on their face, on a few faces, and animated interest on others. Most of the eyes in the room calmly observe you, as if wishing to appraise your worth. The last time you felt like this was at your previous job interview. It was like being a piece of livestock inspected from all sides for any imperfection, so your wage could be haggled down. It was dehumanizing and made you feel dirty. When they called you the next day to offer you the job, you declined. Even when you're a nobody, you become even less if you trade away your dignity for a paycheck. The memory makes you feel warmer inside, even now, although the state of your bank account never did. Good evening, Kadir. And you, Child? I forgot how they say it. Childe? The noble, cold voice takes you out of your head and back to the situation at hand. The gallery, a crowd of strangers. You've been brought here against your will. For what purpose? The room awaits your response. Good evening, Miss. You are addressing the Prince of New York City, Helen Penhard, child of Michaela? Thank you, my sheriff, but I am capable of introducing myself. She is somewhat plain-looking and doesn't seem to possess a great deal of charm, but still the entire room is intently focused on her voice. She has influence over these people, that much is clear. You may address me as Prince, child. I realize your introduction into unlife was abrupt, and I understand your sire left shortly after. The rules of our society dictate I punish you both for this transgression. A murmur of agreement, maybe, can be heard from the gathered audience. But I am willing to listen to what our loyal sheriff has to say about the circumstances of your embrace first. Give me a second. They're bruja, so they're gonna be questioning fucking everything. Punish me? Are you serious? For what exactly? Pardon me. The sins of the father, so to speak. We have certain rules. One of them is that it is unlawful to create a progeny without the prince's approval. My approval. Josiah never bothered to ask for it. You are about to be judged by the courts of New York City. Kadir, please tell us how you found this fledgling and what happened on your way here. Court? Prince? Is this some kind of secret society make-believe? A trusted informant who has chosen to remain anonymous at this time tipped me off about a suspicious kindred appearing in one of our domains. Upon investigating, I found them gone, but this fledgling remained in their place. The hunger made him savage a prostitute, and his client in a Bronx brothel belonging to one of the ministry. I have already spoken to Sansarik about this and made sure to blow over. Regarding the fledgling himself, surprisingly enough, he offered little resistance last night and cooperated on our way to the safe house. I was pleased to not have to force his compliance. We had a quick chat, but wishing to appear here post-haste, I urged him to join me, which he did without struggle. Again, a pleasant departure from my usual routine. His thirst partially slaked with a bagged blood we kept in the safe house. We had a pleasant enough drive here. The story ends with us arriving at Asylum tonight. All eyes on you again. You take special interest in one of their faces. A beautiful woman with curly, almost blood-red hair and a dress to match. You see her whispering some bespectacled man with an absent-minded look on his face. Who is she, you wonder? Thank you, Kadir. I take note of this fledgling's behavior and will take it into consideration later. She turns her attention to you. First, there is the matter of your sire. The person who brought you where Kadir picked you up from last night. Who were they? I'm not saying a feisty woman. I'm not doing that. Let me ask you this first. Why do you keep using that word? Sire. What does it mean? Under regular circumstances, they would be your patron, and one responsible for your introduction into our society. Things being what they are, however, I would very much like to know who they are. Indulge me. You find it impossible to decline her final request. Something in her voice makes you want to please her. You hear yourself speak. A Latina woman, very radical, unless she's convincingly lied to me. She was special, extraordinary. She had a fire, conviction, temper. She seduced me easily. In fact, made me think she wanted me. I fell for it, and now I'm here. You stop yourself from saying any more, then realize there's really not much more to talk about. A nagging thought enters your mind. How did this prince persuade you with such ease? Well, Kadir, does that sound familiar? No, it does not. At least not familiar enough. I'll continue this search after we're done here. reception, the chick, she rented a room at her hotel. Talked to the receptionist. He might know something about her. Unlikely, but regardless, thank you for that observation. I will investigate this later. What shall I do with the fledgling, my prince? What is your recommendation, my sheriff? The traditions are clear. Thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder. If thou createst another without thine elder's leave, both thou and thy progeny shall be slain. I am ready to fulfill my duty. Stay your hand for a moment longer, Kadir. I wish to consult my counsel on this. Make sure everyone is in agreement. Of course. He seems strangely relieved. The prince leaves the main room, and a handful of people follow her. You're about to ask Kadir what all the talk about traditions and council was. When the red-haired woman approaches the two of you. Sophie? Sheriff, I was wondering if I could have a word with the fledgling. What for? She lowers her voice in response. Come now, Kadir. We all know what the verdict is going to be. Let me speak to them. You might not have to stain your hands tonight after all. Words grab his attention. His face is hard to read. It's like several emotions are struggling for domination. Anger, sadness, hope, gratitude, resolve. I'll go get my sword. He steps out of the room the way he came. You were left in the showroom with the woman in the red dress. She takes you aside. The eyes of the remaining guests follow you. Well then, fledgling, you are quite the pickle. Wait, did I hear that right? What did he say about a sword? Your hearing isn't faulty. We only have a short while the prince hears a counsel. Kadir returns here with his blade. So listen, please. Last night you became a vampire. Wait, what? Oh, yes. I am very well aware of how ridiculous that sounds. It's the reason why we have these nicer words for it. Kindred, being embraced, having a sire. The fact remains. Beings called vampires, you're looking at them. They're us. You glance around, some of the guests are still occasionally looking at you, commenting in hushed tones. Many of the patrons are pale, really pale. Also glasses of wine. No, not wine. It's not the right thickness. And not the right color either. You're trying to come up with something sensible to say, but you're drawing a blank. It makes a morbid kind of sense. You drank blood last night. There's no denying it. Your breathing has not returned. Your heart remains still. A vampire. Two voices in your head start battling for supremacy. One of them slowly begins to put everything that happened since yesterday together, coming to a conclusion that no matter how insane it might seem, nothing but what she's saying makes sense. Another voice just keeps saying, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" on repeat. You're surprised. This is often how it plays out by design. Kadir deliberately keeping you in the dark and if we do nothing, you will be cut down as sure as day follows night. But I'm here to offer you a chance, a way out, under one condition. I will take you under my wing. If you're lucky, the prince will be in good mood tonight, and your defiance to Kadir will work in your favor. Deference. She might agree to this, but only if you swear fealty to me. I'm not making this offer lightly. As your patron, I will take responsibility for you. Your actions will reflect on me. If they reflect negatively, well, I will make sure you face the consequences. So let me get this straight. You'll make me your that's the deal? If you insist on putting it in such pedestrian terms, yes. That is the deal, as you so eloquently put it. The alternative is I fear the final death. The hands of Cutty are here tonight. Steps and hushed voices can be heard from the side. It seems the prince and her council are returning to the show. Kadir appears from downstairs and starts walking towards you. When you hear the verdict, ask to be spared. I will intervene. Remember my condition. She flashes a heart-melting smile towards Kadir, who does not smile back. The sheriff's immaculate suit is now complemented by a curved oriental-looking sword, metal scabbard, fastened with a colorful sash around his waist. It would look vaguely ridiculous if it wasn't surprisingly intimidating, first and foremost. Kadir takes his place next to you and observes as the prince takes center stage again. Loyal kindred of New York City, Camarilla. Gathered here tonight, I have made my decision regarding this fledgling. She briefly addresses you. I want you to know this is not an easy decision to make. For your parts, I have not done anything to earn our ire. I do feel a genuine sorrow for what must be done. We are all keenly aware that these nights we need to close our ranks and trust the wisdom of our elders and the traditions more than ever before. There is no place for tolerating dissent when our very existence is under constant threat. Though I acknowledge some of my council's divergent opinions on this, she takes a look specifically at one of the people who left the room before. A rather plainly dressed, shy-looking man whose skin is somewhat of a healthier tone. He bows his head in deference. I hold my final authority over this fledgling's fate, and I declare that while their embrace might be the sire's responsibility, in their absence, it is their progeny that must be punished. The sentence is final death, to be resolved presently. Kadir? You hear a scraping sound and see that the sheriff has unsheathed his curved sword. It is a beautifully detailed blade, which you must expect must be worth a small fortune. Its apparent sharpness makes you freeze up. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. His quiet mumble is audible to nobody but you. As his eyes meet yours, you note just a hint of sadness in his countenance, one that quickly vanishes to give way to grim determination. He's out to bat. You will not get another chance to speak up. Ask for mercy. Make your choice. I'm not going down like this. Damn it, spare me. Prince, if I may ask this, Dude, I've been straight reading for like a fucking hour out loud. Oh my god. Prince, if I may ask you to stay that sheriff's hand for a while longer. Kadir looks at the prince, waiting her response. The sword still hanging above you, threatening to fall at a moment's notice. Is there something you'd like to say, Miss Langley? Yes, if I may. At first, the prince looks somewhat annoyed at the distraction, but she stays quiet for a while, measuring the mood in the room. The board elites suddenly look at you with aroused interest, some of them dismayed and not seeing the bloodshed, but all intrigued by the unexpected twist. The prince nods. Well, let's hear it. Sophie takes a few steps forward, all eyes on her now. The Kadir's heavy hand on your shoulder makes it clear you won't take advantage of the distraction. Prince, while the traditions are clear, I believe that the proper context should be observed in addition to the letter of our laws. This fledgling is a burden, but with proper guidance, they could become an asset to our domain. Am I to understand you are volunteering to take the sireless child under your protection? Yes. I happen to think they might hold a potential that would be unfortunate to waste. I do expect that full cooperation, of course. Whispers can be heard again, in a creatureless voice or two. He hushed just behind the fucker. Some suppressed exclamations of surprise. Silence. I ask all of you to make a note of this moment. I might be persuaded to bend one tradition in this child's favor, but another will have to be enforced even more firmly instead. Until thy progeny shall be released, thou shalt command them in all things. Their sins are thine to endure. Are you certain that's a responsibility you wish to shoulder, Miss Langley? I am willing to guide this fledgling and add a valuable ally to our sect in a time of need, yes. But I would like to receive the right of destruction over them, if it pleases you. Oh, hell no! Oh, man. I think it's best we remain silent. It's clear tensions are high. It feels surreal to listen to strangers discussing her death, or second death, apparently, and keeping silent. You decide it's best to let Sophie handle this alone and not interject. You have no idea how to handle this eyes wide shut crowd. The prince looks at you as if weighing her breath. She takes another good measure of the room before she speaks again. I shall grant you what you ask. Let it be known, Sophie Langley of the clan of the Rose will become this fledgling's patron. They shall be considered like sire and shield. Miss Langley will take full responsibility for them, and I grant her the right of destruction if she sees fit to use it. Let my intentions be clear, however. If I am to turn a blind eye to one of our most important traditions this occasion, I expect it to be beneficial to the Camarilla. Substantially so. I hope you find this verdict satisfactory, Miss Langley. Of course, Prince. Thank you. Very well. She turns to you. What is your name, child? Eric, Prince. She nods. Welcome to the Camarilla, Eric. What? Oh, we actually have, an explanation of all this. That's cool. The Camarilla, a major sect of vampires devoted primarily to maintaining the Masquerade influence and manipulation of mortal society. Now, this evening's proved to be even more eventful than I anticipated, but with the fledgling's fate decided, I believe our meeting. Fledgling, a newly created vampire, still under their sire's protection. Thank you all for appearing on such short notice. Give my regards to those who couldn't make it. Kadir, a moment of your time before I let you return to your duties. Of course, Prince. Now, because we're learning, Prince, a vampire who has claimed a given expansive domain as their own, generally a city, and supports that claim against all others. The term can refer to a kindred of either sex. He shoots you a side glance that doesn't leave much space for interpretation. You will be watched. You will be judged. And if need be, you will be punished. The two of them leave the gallery. Well, Eric, I think we've both managed to significantly improve each other's evenings. But let's keep the ball rolling, shall we? I think we should have a toast to a new fruitful partnership. She raises her hand at one of the well-dressed concierges who have now reappeared in the showroom to refill guests' glasses. The conventionally handsome man approaches with a carafe of red liquid. He pours it into 2 glasses. It's blood again. That much is clear. You're in 2 minds about drinking it, but the memory of last night's hunger makes you wince. You take a tentative sip. Not the hunger, the urge to feed. For vampires, the hunger replaces all other drives with its own powerful call. Now, when you play the tabletop game, you generally will roll to your hunger die, which I don't quite understand how hunger die work, but I do understand, like, your hunger can cause you to go feral, and the beast could take over. It's a really interesting mechanic. I like it. And I'm completely out of water. You expected the same blandness you tasted a few hours ago, but this one you can actually savor. It's smoky and warm, making you think of a cozy cabin in the woods. It does strike you as a strange image for your mind to jump to when drinking human blood, but it is what it is. You've never tasted anything like it. Do you like it? I think the New York City NYC caterers have a very bourgeois ideas about what good blood should taste like. How the fuck do you say that word? I don't know. Apologies, you must have so many questions. I'll run the topic. Perhaps you should start with those related to substance. Where do you get blood? How much do I have to drink? What if I refuse to drink? Oh, interesting. I feel this hunger constantly. How much do I have to drink to make it go away? The sad reality is it will never go away, no matter how much you drink. You'll always be tempted to have more, unless you consume so unholy, the last drop, paying for temporary relief with their life. But that is a one-way road to losing your humanity. Best start by taking a single sip from a vessel. Be prudent. Hot, fresh blood is much more satiating than most anything they serve in a fancy glass, but it can make you more ferocious. A source of blood for sustenance or pleasure, primarily mortal. As for how much you should have, it depends. If you're frugal, you can survive many nights without a single drink. But it's risky and will tempt the beast. That is part of our curse. So yeah, the beast. That is a word. The inchoate drives and urges that threaten to turn a vampire into a mindless, ravening monster. Tomorrow I shall take you hunting, and we will explore this topic further. The blood you're having tonight should be enough to keep you happy for now. You mentioned this beast you mentioned. Is that a metaphor, or... Oh, it's quite real, although it's not in a strictly physical sense. It lives in all of us. Our nature, our hunger manifests. The more religious amongst us connected to the biblical Cain, the rage of the first murderer, cursed by God, seething in all his descendants. However, I am a child of enlightenment, not that it makes my struggle any easier. I have to be wary, like every other kindred in the city. Okay, let's go to Cain first. A mythical figure considered to be the first and most powerful vampire. Some vampires refer to themselves as Cainites, members of the race of Cain. That is if you have, like, I think the closest bloodline to Cain. God, I think we're 9th generation vampire? 9th or 10th? Once you start hitting, like, 15 is when you start getting more into, like, thin bloods and stuff like that. And there's some people in this world that believe that Thin Bloods are the sign that Cain is coming back. And Thin Bloods are interesting. We'll explain that later. The Kindred. The Camarilla term for vampires as a whole, or a single vampire. According to rumor, the term came about in the 15th or 16th century after the Anarch Revolt. God, the Anarchs. Individual kindred have a unique relationship to their beast. What yours is going to be remains to be seen. But you need to keep it under control. Each outburst endangers not just you, but also the masquerade. The habit or tradition of hiding the existence of vampires from humanity, designed to protect vampires from destruction at the hands of mankind. The masquerade was adopted after the medieval Inquisition claimed many kindred lives. Deus Vult. That shit killed a lot of them. The concierge returns, asks for permission to intrude, which Sophie gives with a polite smile, and leans in to whisper in her ear. You know that the gallery is almost empty. I am being told that the gallery is about to close, but we still have quite a lot to discuss. We'll go to one of my apartments. My jalopy is waiting downstairs. Come, jalopy. The smile she puts on makes you remember the way you felt with the Latina. It's not arousing, though, or, magnetic. You find it hard to argue, even though you're still suspicious of her authority over you. Her charm momentarily wins you over. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. Okay, we're gonna... We're gonna pause. We're gonna save an exit from here, because I feel my voice going out, and I don't want to make these episodes far too long, so an hour and a half seems good enough for me. Thank you guys for checking it out. I will one day edit this, so it's not a full vlog. Thank you guys. Catch you next time.